Did you know that 500 trillion plastic bags are produced each year? That means that 160,000 plastic bags are used per second. These plastic bags are detrimental towards the environment and can have huge negative effects. That's why I believe that we need to ban plastic bags. Today I'm going to talk about the problems, causes, and solutions behind the plastic bag ban. So the first problem is that these bags make up the majority of the ocean debris. According to Business Insider, April 13th, 2019, 100,000 animals die annually from plastic complications, whether they ingest it and it poisons them, or whether it gets in their, or whether it prohibits them from being able to breathe, just plastic complications in general. Plastic bags are also among 12 of the most common debris found in the ocean, so it makes up a large majority of the plastic waste issue. The second major problem is that they are not biodegradable. They're actually what's called photodegradable, and when they do degrade, it takes a plastic bag 700 years to actually begin degrading, and then it takes around 1,000 for it to finish. So all of the plastics that's ever been produced hasn't actually degraded. But when it does degrade, it's called photodegrading, and it doesn't biodegrade. It just breaks up into smaller and smaller pieces, and then these smaller and smaller pieces get into the soil and the water, in the air, and they release chemicals that poison the environment. And that's from a Targeted News Service, January 29th, 2019. So now that I talked to you about the problems, let's talk about the causes. So I think the main cause is that plastic bags are not recycled. Not really at all. According to WeBlog Post, April 19th, 2019, only 1% of plastic bags are actually recycled. So on average, an American family uses around 1,500 plastic bags per year, which means that family would only recycle 15 plastic bags out of the 1,500 that they used. I think that's a major cause to how all these plastic bags and plastic waste are getting into the oceans and into the environment. In fact, 80% of ocean debris comes from land. So that just goes to show that these plastic bags, they aren't just going into landfills, they're getting out in the ocean and into the environment as well. So now that I've talked about the causes, let's talk about the solutions. So obviously the first major solution would be to use paper or reusable bags, like reusable cloth bags. But actually it's more harmful to the environment to produce these plastic and reusable cloth bags. So in order to make them less destructive to the environment, we have to reuse them more. So in order to make paper bags a viable solution, we have to use them at least 3 times. And in order to make cloth bags a viable solution, we have to use a cloth bag 131 times. And I do think that's possible. I think we can do a better job with just reusing plastic bags in general. Like I know, for instance, my family, we have like 2 or 3 plastic or reusable cloth bags that we've used for as long as I can remember. So I think it's definitely possible. We just have to do a better job of it. And then obviously we can recycle our bags more, and limit them from getting out into the environment. But I think the moral of the story is to just reuse bags, like whether it's plastic bags, just eliminating that single use effect and just trying to get as much out of that plastic bag as you can, and then obviously the paper and the reusable cloth ones too. And that stat with the paper and reusable bags was from Janesville Gazette, February 22nd, 2020. So these are both viable solutions. Today I talked to you about the problems, causes, and solutions behind the plastic bag ban. So I think the main thing to take away from this is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Like if we do all of those, we can easily put a dent into our plastic waste issue. And I think we have to be more aware and more conscious about what we do with plastic bags, and it may not have a direct effect on us, but I think we need to be more aware of the effect that it has on the environment and the animals living in those environments.